Joining us now, Asael Ara, a student at Virginia Tech. He met with Librescu's family and friends. Ariel, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, were you familiar with Professor Librescu before yesterday?
No, I wasn't aware that he's a faculty here on campus.
All right, but you went to his family just because of the outpouring of grief and support that resulted from yesterday's events.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get into the family house and listen to his wife speaking about him.
He saved a lot of kids, apparently.
It sounded like he sounded like a true hero.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy really survived the Holocaust, and I heard he jumped on the door, told students to get away, and got shot through the door, saving the student's life.
Yeah, and his is one of the classrooms where students were apparently jumping out of the windows as he is being a human barricade to keep this guy out.
Yes, he was. He was holding the door, and he got shot through the door. And he's the reason the student killer couldn't get in and shoot some more people.
Do you think that being a Holocaust survivor, I mean, did the mindset of having come through such a horrible experience, did that enter into his mind as he was trying to protect the lives of his kids?
Oh, I'm sure he was. I mean, there are a lot of Holocaust survivors in Israel. I had some in my family, and there are really unique people. They have special mentality, and the things they've been through. I mean, there are heroes staying alive, and obviously a hero stays a hero.
And he certainly did so yesterday. Have you spoken to any of the classmates, any of his class who were with him at the time the attack unfolded?
No, I didn't speak to any of his classmates so far.
Tell us about your sense of the mood on campus. The shock, I think, is probably wearing off now, and the grief is really setting in after 32 faculty and students wind up dead in such a horrible manner.
Yeah, I mean, the names weren't posted until today, and only today people are knowing exactly who got shot, who didn't, who's in the hospital injured, who's not, and people are finding out that they know those people that got hurt, and it's really sad. I mean, people go to church a whole day. They prayer yesterday. They're lighting candles. They're lighting candles today, and it's really depressing. I mean, we got school off for the rest of the week because people can't really deal with it. It is amazing shock.
How is Professor Librescu's wife doing?
I mean, when I saw her yesterday, she was only 2 hours maybe after she was, given the news. She was really shocked. She didn't know what's going on. She said she is still waiting for him to come back home.
As the time went by, we heard the rumors that my father was shot through the door of the class where he was teaching, and around 4 a.m. This morning we heard from my mother that he was confirmed as one of the people that were killed.
That's one of his sons, Arieh Librescu, telling us about the moment that he learned that his father was killed.
He survived the horrors of the Holocaust, and on Monday he gave his life so that several Virginia Tech students could escape the wrath of a psychotic gunman. Jon Librescu is the son of Professor Librescu. He joins us on the phone now from Tel Aviv, Israel. Good to have you with us, Joe.
Thank you, Gretchen.
We were looking at pictures, Joe, here of the funeral that people in New York had for your father yesterday. 300 people who never knew him showed up to memorialize him, an outpouring of emotion for your father.
Right.
I know that he's going to be buried tomorrow in Israel, right?
Right.
And what were your thoughts when you saw these pictures?
Well, first of all, we're proud of what he did. It makes us so proud, but we're also the sensing that people are uniting, whether they're Jews. They find just basically a reason to unite behind the memory of my dad. Be those the students of Virginia Tech, the Hokies that had suffered such a great loss in losing their brothers and sisters. Be that the Israeli people seeing one of their own standing standing courageously as a soldier in the line of duty.
Right.
In his classroom, and the Romanians that where my father was born, to again just unite behind the fact that my father had this very distinguished Romanian name, Librescu,
right,
and uniting them behind what he did and the memory that he's leaving behind.
Well, I know that his body is on the way now to Israel. He will be buried there tomorrow before sundown.
Right.
And Joe, our condolences go to you and your family as we remember the heroic efforts of your father. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Bill. You know, the professor's son said today that his father spent every free moment of his life doing what he absolutely loved to do, teaching. And he said if his father were around today, all this talk of calling him a hero, he would probably tell everybody this: I was just doing what I know needed to be done. Today, that professor was buried today in Israel, just north of Tel Aviv, his body wrapped in a prayer shawl, according to Jewish tradition. He was killed on the same day Israel commemorated Holocaust Remembrance Day. He was a Romanian-born Holocaust survivor. His wife said he was a man who wanted to help everybody. And in his final moments, that's exactly what the 76-year-old professor did. He was shot while trying to block the door to his classroom with his body, hoping to prevent the gunman from entering.
It hurts. It hurts a lot for your suffering in your last moments. I will never know what passed through your mind in the last moment, but I hope you take care of your family from where you are now.
A representative of the Romanian president awarded the family their country's highest medal today in honor of his bravery and his contributions. He was a well-respected and internationally known aeronautics engineer. He taught at Virginia Tech for 20 years, and now the family is working to memorialize his life by starting a center for Jewish students named after the professor. They're hoping to open that soon. Bill?
It's Reena Ninan in Jerusalem.
He gave his life to save his students' lives, and a man like that should be recognized as a hero, and we should be in such great debt to his family for the rest of our lives, just for the fact that he saved so many.
I think Librescu, a 76-year-old Holocaust survivor, who, if you do the math, was probably 12 when he first saw the face of evil, I'm sure looked up at that narrow window in that door and saw the same sick glint, that dead shark thing in that eye that he had seen as a young man, and he went towards it to stop it.